Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. That was a quote from Johann Wolfgang Van Goethe, and it can apply to many situations, including our health. So today, I hope to give you knowledge so that you might apply it to your own lives. We all know how important exercise is. It helps lose weight and reduce the risk of many diseases. But the importance of diet seems to be ever-changing and forever in the background. One week coconut oil is healthy, but the next week it's not. The next week you should have bacon, but the next week you shouldn't. It just goes to show how confusing and controversial health always seems to be. But sadly, that controversy may be negatively affecting American health. According to the 2013 to 2014 National Center for Health Statistics survey, 38% of adults are obese. 21% of teenagers are obese, and 17% of children are obese. Not only that, but according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, currently 1 in 10 Americans have diabetes. But it's predicted that by 2050, 1 in 3 Americans will have diabetes. Not only diabetes, but cancer is also running rampant due to an unhealthy diet and weight. The World Cancer Research Fund estimates that 20% of cancers diagnosed in the U.S. are related to body fatness, physical inactivity, and/or poor nutrition, and thus could be prevented. But what would you do if I told you that you can reduce the risk of these devastating statistics by changing your diet? Giving up milk is one of the best things a person can do to reduce the risk of developing cancer or experiencing cancer cell growth. Wait, what? I'm sure you're thinking, isn't milk good for the bones and rich in calcium? Well, it is true that milk has calcium. It also contains a milk-based protein called casein, which is a milk-based protein that has addictive properties. Well, that has addictive properties. Therefore, instead of having a milk-based drink, instead you should have a plant-based milk, such as soy milk or almond milk, which also are rich in calcium. The next beneficial change would be to increase the amount of fruit and vegetables you have. A diet rich in fruits and vegetables has many beneficial benefits, such as lowered blood pressure, reduced risk of heart disease and stroke, and also beneficial effects on your blood sugar. The USDA recommends 7 to 13 servings of fruit and vegetables every day. The third beneficial change would be to increase your intake of water. Water is necessary for many bodily functions, including breathing, sweating, and the removal of wastes. And the suggested amount of water one should have every day is half their body weight in liquid ounces. The fourth beneficial change would be to decrease the amount of sugar you intake. Whenever you have sugar, your blood sugar rises, and your pancreas has to release insulin into the bloodstream to get the sugar from the bloodstream and into the cells. But if a blood sugar spike happens frequently, as it does for most of us, your pancreas releases too much insulin into the bloodstream, therefore causing a drastic drop in blood sugar and the exhaustion of your digestive system. But wait, doesn't fruit have sugar? Well, yes, it is true that fruit has sugar. If you take out all the sugar from processed foods and rather only have natural sugar that is stored in fruits, then there's no way that amount of sugar could overload your pancreas. The final beneficial change would be to have little to no processed foods. Processed foods have phosphates that can destroy your organs and bones. They also overstimulate the production of dopamine, which can make them incredibly addictive. Not only that, but processed foods often contain GMOs, genetically modified organisms, which have been linked to infertility, organ damage, and cancer. So think about it. Your health could be drastically improved by giving up fruit and, by having fruits and vegetables, giving up sugar, giving up milk, having little to no processed foods, and drinking more water. I'm not asking you to go vegetarian, but to just explore the effects of changing your diet. And besides, God says that our bodies are holy temples. So, shouldn't we keep them pure with whole and wholesome food?